some type of underneath with Evan Spencer. He had Spencer.
Let me ask you guys, here we are again with red zone inefficiencies. Looks like they're going to kick a field goal unless. What would you give it, Bob?
Kick the field goal. I mean, the one thing you don't want to do is get your team thinking from a negative aspect right now. Good drive, good improvisation plays by Cordell Jones. You just want to make sure you get points on the board. It's early. It's 7-6. If you're Nick Saban right now, you're telling your guys, hey, we've missed some tackles. Washington misplayed the deep ball, bad angle. But at the same time, it's 7-6 and we have the lead. If you're Ohio State, you're saying, hey, guys, we're just a couple of inches off from having 2 touchdowns. And so both teams feel pretty good right now.
We'll take a break here. Alabama seemingly has dodged a couple of bullets, at least in the red zone, looking familiar. 7-6. We'll be right back.
Heated bumper.
I'm Dory Noka, and you're watching the SEC Network. Due to time constraints, we move ahead in our coverage.
Courtney Herm's still playing.
Yeah, she had you on the team this year.
All right, look at the top of the screen. You see Justin Fowler, another formation, and Amari Cooper in the backfield.
Good throw by Sid. Good throw. Good throw.
Keep track of those red zone field goals, but it just not keeps going on.
Yeah, I think that statistic is going to be key. Who can score touchdowns in the red zones and not field goals? Right now, Ohio State has 2 trips to the red zone, 2 field goals. Alabama, they've been down there, they got a touchdown. Let's see if that trend
goes. After the Oregon game, I'm not sure the winner of this game really is won.
I mean, you look at it, though. Look at the formations. Look at what Lane Kiffin drew up right there. Had Amari Cooper in the backfield, had DeAndrew White in the slot, had Justin Fowler to the outside, tipping what the defense is doing from a man-zone concept, and then getting a nice manageable completion because they're not going to respect Justin Fowler when he's lined up at wide receiver.
I look familiar.
Great play call. And you'll notice what they faked. They faked the toss or the run to the left toward Cam Robinson, where they've been running all night long. And now you come out on the boot. Amari Cooper runs almost like a little corner route there to the pylon.
Yes. This is
great action.
This is a great design. I mean, this is a great design. So we've talked all along from the first snap. We talked about getting Amari Cooper in a cut split. The first snap they came out, they're in a cut split. You can't double him from there. It's a difficult spot to be in when you're a defensive back because he could release outside, he could release inside. He has a 3-way go, is what you say. So what you're going to see him release up, collision, and then work to the corner. You're going to see Justin Fowler, once he motions across to the left, come back and sneak out the backside so you give Blake Sims an easy completion, or you can allow him to do what he does best, and that's run the football.
And notice something. Notice the run action coming this way. A lot of run action. Everybody's coming this way. Why? Because they've been running left all night so far. So it's a great play call, great design from Lane Kiffin. Here comes that run action. And the whole defense bites, Greg.
And Joshua Perry, the will linebacker, the outstanding will linebacker for Ohio State, number 37, did a nice job right there of actually diagnosing the play, but you just can't cover Amari Cooper with one individual. They're trying to double them. They want to. That's their goal, but you can't do it from a cut split. We can look at it from one more angle. We'll look at it from the back end here, just so you can see what these linebackers are responding to. Number 37 right here, the will linebacker Joshua Perry, does a nice job. Watch how fast he notices the play action. He's diagnoses it fine. There's nothing on the back end, though. Good job delivering it high and outside for a touchdown by Blake Sims.
The momentum has...
And I was just going there, P. Diddy. Remember we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
The momentum. And that momentum has now shifted. Uncle Mo is now wearing crimson.
Uncle Mo.
Uncle Mo is now wearing crimson right now. And it's going to be key. What does Urban Meyer do with Cordell Jones right now?
And in big games, there are very few things that are more important than a kickoff coverage unit because you just scored or you're starting out the half. you're kicking off to the opposition, hitting them down inside the 12 is a real indicator of that momentum, like you said.
Right.
So a good job by Alabama continuing to squeeze the pressure and life out of Ohio State.
Perimeter run, another perimeter run by Ohio State, trying to get away from Trey Dupree's, trying to get away from Dixon, those linebackers and defensive end, getting on the edge. You can clearly see the two game plans right now. For Ohio State, it is to run on the perimeter. For Alabama, it's to run behind Cam Robinson right now. Two distinctive game plans we're seeing from these two teams right now.
And we talked about Jalen Marshall earlier, how he'll catch some of those jet sweeps. So a good job of bottling him up, because when he has the ball, he can be explosive.
Cordell Jones is confused right now. He is confused. He is confused right now.
I'll tell you what, that's a grown man pass rush right there. That is a grown man pass rush. I mean, this was off the charts.
And again, it was set up by special teams.
This is unbelievable by Xavier Dixon. I mean, this is unbelievable. And we'll get to it in a minute, but wow. I mean, you can see the puller.
Wow.
He just manhandles Billy Price, the right guard. And, I mean, that is just physical athleticism. And that's what the SEC has been for the longest time. For the last 10 years, the defensive linemen are the biggest difference. And Xavier Dixon showed right there how physical they can be and how they're going to dominate the game.
Yeah, it's also the one thing that was lacking the last couple of days. The physical defensive play from the defensive line and the line of scrimmage.
Look, what's changed since the missed tackles in the first few minutes to what we're seeing now?
Guys are tackling, and more importantly, the emotion. You know, sometimes when you're Alabama, the last couple of trips they've made to New Orleans, against Utah, against Oklahoma, hasn't been very good. So I think they came out early on, and you could tell, maybe not on their P's and Q's, missing tackles, but since Uncle Mo has came to their side, the tackles, the attention to detail. That's what Nick Saban and Kirby Smart are all about, the attention to details.
Alabama was pretty good against LSU in that building, though.
I wasn't going to bring that up. That's why. Hey, I tried to slip that over there.
But that wasn't the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
The BCS championship.
Yeah.
Let's check in with Phyllis from Mulder, who, by the way, in Friday morning's New York Times newspaper, only the most important newspaper in the country, Phyllis's picture, and she's featured in there. Phyllis, congratulations and good evening.
Paul, thank you so much. I'm telling you what, it's the greatest honor I believe I've ever had. I didn't even know that they were publishing it. I had no clue, and I come on Twitter and I saw
I did.
You tweeted the link, and then I went to it and read it, and I didn't clue.
Yeah, no, he's. I've been talking to him for about 3 weeks, Phyllis, and I don't know if the world is ready for you tomorrow morning when they see your picture in the New York. What do you think of the game so far?
Oh, my God. I love it. I love it. I mean, at first it looked like Bama was a little bit, squeaky and just not up to par, but I knew they'd pull it together. And I tell you what, I love the way y'all do this show. Booger, you and Greg, I just love
Hey, one other thing, Phyllis, not to go old school here, but I'm sure you shed some tears when your good friend Jameis got knocked out of the playoffs tonight.
Now, Paul, you know I didn't. You know I didn't cry. That's for babies. I don't cry.
No.
But I'm telling you, I really believe Bama is going to take this game. And I'm just so proud of him. And Derrick Henry, my God.
By the way, Derrick Henry's now gone ahead of Yeldon for the year in total yards.
No. He, Yeldon, and Cooper. And
Phyllis, save your energy, for there's still 3 more quarters to go.
Yeah,
Phyllis, I want to talk to you in the fourth quarter, though. Please call back in the fourth quarter.
She loves you, though.
Hey, thanks, Phyllis, and
I will.
congratulations again, Phyllis. Phyllis featured tomorrow morning in the New York Times. I mean, Boog, have you ever been featured like 3 pictures?
No, I mean, Phyllis is definitely a celebrity, and I love when she calls in, especially during the Finebaum field room. And more important, I love when she gets on McElroy, because McElroy's her favorite.
I was on SportsCenter early this morning, and Kevin Nagandi asked me that. How do you think Phyllis brought in the new year? I said, with a picture of Colin Cowherd throwing poison darts. Cowherd, for those who don't remember, said after the Ole Miss game, the Saban dynasty is over.
It's over.
Well, let's take a look at that pass rush real quick. And, Booger, I want you to talk to us here from a defensive lineman's perspective. I drew up the offense's formation and the way the offense was going to be protecting this one. Walk us through Xavier Dixon's pass rush right here.
Well, I mean, you have Xavier Dixon right now. He's going to come off the ball, and when he comes off, to me, the first thing he's going to do, now you have to identify and recognize what you're getting. Normally, this right tackle would block him, but the first thing he sees is the right tackle. As you freeze it, Greg, this right tackle is going away. So now I'm going to get upfield and look for some work. This guard is going to come across and block him. And what I want you to notice is the counter move that we see from Xavier Dixon. He's going to go here and then back inside. We call it a counter. He gives them the okie doke, goes back inside, and just pure power right there.
That's called speed to power.
By the way, not that this matters because these games went back years, but this is the 7th consecutive quarter that Urban Meyer team has failed to score a touchdown against Alabama.
Paul, we've talked a lot about this team. Ooh, nice return here. We've talked a lot about this team, and we've talked about Nick Saban and his impact, and I genuinely feel like this could potentially be his best coaching job from an improvement standpoint. Where does this team, to you, rank amongst all of his teams?
It's hard to say this is like the most amazing story, but I think it is, if assuming this happens tonight and one more win, because I walked out of the spring game. We were down there, Greg. I wouldn't have given Blake Sims 10 cents to be the starter on New Year's night. I just didn't see it, and I don't think too many others did. But Lane Kiffin really contributed. But hiring Kiffin, I think, was the biggest move of the year for Alabama.
Absolutely.
And I think we all have to admit, everyone thought it was going to be Jacob Coker's job, which is why you got to be very, very proud of Blake Sims and what he did, and his back was against the wall. And I heard you talk to him on your radio show, basically saying, you know what, Blake, I was one of the guys that said, you know what, this job wasn't going to be yours, and you proved me wrong, and I owe you an apology.
It's funny, Jay Barker, the quarterback of the '92 championship, said, "Where's my apology, Paul?" Thank goodness Greg hasn't asked for one either.
All right, so we see Amari Cooper in the slot.
Feeding him right now.
He is. That's a good tackle right there. That's a really nice tackle by the defender.
Yeah, Darren Lee right there. Good tackle. It's 3rd and manageable. It's 3rd and 3 right now. It's a great opportunity for Lane Kiffin to open his playbook. He can do anything he wants to do right now. 3rd and medium. You're very interested to see what he does. You can run it. You can throw short passes.
Well, you know what's interesting? In the first quarter, a lot of this is Cardell Jones. Alabama surrendered 123 yards, second the most since 2009. And what did Ohio State get out of it, Booger? Field goals.
Exactly. 6 points. Struggled in the red zone. Joey Bosa finally made a play. That's a name you hadn't seen, and he beat a tight end right there. I still think if you're going to run the football, so far in this game, Greg, I think we've seen if Alabama's going to run the football, they're going to run behind Cam Robinson. That's been the adjustment right now. Anytime they ran up the middle or ran right, it hadn't been as successful as when they go left.
And actually, this play, that last run, was actually a designed run to the left. A poor cut from T.J. Yeldon, frankly, where he tried to press it to the front side. He's got to go away. This is called this is inside zone with the slider. And it's a mistake by T.J. Yeldon. You can tell he maybe hasn't gotten as many reps in the last couple weeks, and he's been nursing an injury. We'll break it down in just a second. Delay a game, not going to make a difference when this guy's gone.
JK.
They probably took the delay a game because they need more room for him to down it. I mean, he could probably kick it out of the end zone if he wanted to.
People in the upper deck are nervous.
Goodness gracious.
Didn't really make any difference.
They caught it on the 5-yard line. They don't take that delay game. It's in the end zone, bud.
Well, that's a mistake.
Take a short break. 14-6. Bama is leading in the second quarter. Don't go anywhere.
Our coverage.
But is it 4-down territory? Looking like the offense is staying out on the field.
Why not?
Paul, what you thinking here? 4-down territory all the way?
I would, but they give it again. I was fired as the offensive coordinator for the University of Tennessee.
That's right. You're right. Yeah.
Uncle Mo, this is a clear